This is Melanie, and she has very long hair, as you can see. And what we're going to be doing is keeping her hair long, but we're going to bring up the length probably to about here. And then I just want to show you the back. You can see that she's got a layer sitting right about here, and then there's no layers here. So what we want to do is put more action on the surface so that when she wants to wear it wavy, even if she wants to wear it smooth, she'll have more lift and a little more personality going on in her hair, a little more flicks out here and there. It's pretty much one length because where I've cut the length to is where that layer was. So we want to go in. I'm going to section the top part away, and I'm just going to work in the back area for now. And what I'm going to do is comb this hair out from her head. I'm going to go and I'm going to cut some shorter and longer layers. Remember, this top area is going to fall over what I'm doing now. So going in, I'm taking a piece, working out to the length, and then closing the shears. So each time I'm letting that length get a little bit longer as we go. So that's just going to start to shake this up a little bit and give us some movement. So here we go. I'm going to cut that piece a little shorter. Next one a little longer, and then a little longer, and then that last one reaches the bottom. So through the top of the back now, what we want to do is create a little bit of a longer layer. So I'm going to take a piece here a little bit shorter, and I'm just keeping it very, very soft, and we're going to go a little bit longer. And then the next one a little bit longer than that. So we're basically cutting short to long, but we're doing it one little piece at a time, and each piece is very, very soft. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take pie-shaped sections as I work through the front. So we're going to go like this, and then like this. And we're going to put layers through the hair in a very similar way than what we did in the back. What I do want to do is make sure that I don't take too much hair away from the perimeter. So I'm going to drop out the perimeter. I'm going to take my triangle section, or my pie-shaped section, back to the center, and there it is. And we're just going to elevate the hair straight up. And then if we look from this point of view here, I'm going to take our shortest piece from the back, bring that up, and that's going to be my length guide for my layer. So we're going to start right there. There it is. We're going into the section, creating texture, and then closing the shears. We're going into the section, creating the texture, and close, so that we're really starting to create both texture and our layers at the same time. Let that drop, and you just get a little bit more motion in the ocean. I'm going to leave my perimeter out just to be safe. I'm a safety gal. And then we're going to comb the hair straight up, again, back to that shortest point. And that's going to be our guide for the rest. So here it is here. I'm going to go in a little bit lower than that length and then cut to the guide. A little lower, and this one a little longer, and so on, right out to the end. Now we're going to do this top triangle, which is basically the fringe area. I'm going to comb it straight up. Have you turn sideways again? And this time we're going to leave the front as our longest point, even the front of the front. We're taking this short piece here, there it is, going in, and then close the scissors, in and close. So we're cutting the texture and then the length. Now what we've got going on in the front is she's got a sort of a layer sitting right in there. We're going to use that as our inspiration or our guide, and I'm going to start to take sections parallel to the hairline, and then I'm going to bring this section forward, wanting to keep the layers about an inch below her jawline, right about in here. So I'm just going to go in and work down to the length. In through the bottom here where we've got this heavy corner, I'm taking that away. Because what's going to make this haircut kind of have the cool factor is that it has layers, but they're not too short. And there's a fine line, right, between having them too short and having them so long that they don't do anything. So this is a way of kind of sneaking up on them. and having that movement going on inside. Now we're going to do this top triangle, which is basically the fringe area. I'm going to comb it straight up. Have you turn sideways again? And this time we're going to leave the front as our longest point, even the front of the front. We're taking this short piece here, there it is, going in, and then close the scissors, in and close. So we're cutting the texture and then the length. See, when I feel it, I feel heaviness right in these two pieces right here, and it is more of a feeling than a technical, let me check every piece to see if it blends. However, when I look around here, I see layers and lightness. When I look in here, I see heaviness. So I'm just going to go into those two spots, and I'm just going to lighten up the section. So we're going to lighten it up. It's too serious. All right, cool. So that's the basic layered shape on her long hair. It's got a little more volume now because of how we cut the layers, and it's got a lot of texture and movement around through the bottom as well. So I'm gonna spray Sea-Kiss Texturizer in her hair from Pureology, and it's gonna give that beachy kind of texture that we need in the hair for her hair to kind of stay separated. Now what I'm going to do is go in with a 1 1/4 inch iron and just create some texture and wave in the hair, but I'm going to keep it very, very loose and undone. So we're just going to go around a little bit, let it drop, so it has, like we didn't try too hard, kind of movement in there. So we're going to do that all the way through. I love it. Me too. We kind of look like twins. Yeah.